Well, welcome everybody to our online program on addiction recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Center up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been providing a few tips for families on how to deal with their loved ones who have an addiction problem. And this tip is basically be the author of your life. It's remarkable how many family members have told us that when they discovered their loved one had an addiction, they started putting their focus and all their energy onto the addicted family member. And what happens is if you do that long enough, you actually begin to lose yourself. And many family members have actually told us things such as, I don't even know who I am anymore. Or I haven't thought about myself in like 5 years. Or I used to do all these things and now I don't do anything I like. This is really quite a sad thing that happens in the dynamic of an addiction. Is that families just forget who they are. They've given up being the author of their life. In fact, many of them seem to have this purpose in life, this mission to somehow put all their energy into doing things to help their loved one recover. So this tip is to remember yourself, to remember that you have a life to live, right? And that you're equally as important as any other human being on the planet. And so take care of yourself. And when I say take care of yourself, I'm not really talking about going and getting a massage or eating right or exercising or taking some time off to go to a movie. This is much deeper. This is remembering who you are as a human being. What's actually important to you? We've had families in the family program who, for example, it was a big wedding and the family was spread across Canada. And rather than putting the focus on this supposed to be a wonderful event of two people getting married, 90% of their planning was on the addicted family member and what all the different family members were going to do in order to prevent a disaster from happening. Pick him up at the airport, don't let him get to the bar, he's going to be, we'll stay here for one night. And yet, really, the purpose, the focus is this celebration of this marriage, and they had completely forgotten that. I mean, these are important things to remember, is getting some perspective, what's important to you, what do you value, what goals do you have, and to put your energy into that, rather than, again, making your mission and purpose in life trying to save your loved one. Because, again, remember this principle, right? Every adult is the author of his or her life. So they're simply going to do what they're going to do. And it's actually not your job to try to control another adult. That's the adult's job. Anyway, this idea of be your own author, it's a tricky one for families because so often they've lost a sense of who they are and what's truly important to them. So just a little reminder to put the energy and the focus back on yourself. Anyway, that's it for this episode, and we'll be back next time with the last in our series on tips for family.